Vice President Mike Pence has already had meetings in Munich and Brussels and visited Asia, Australia, Estonia, Georgia, and Montenegro. His fourth overseas foray will take him to South and Central America, where he can play a helpful role at a time when many countries are trying to understand the Trump administration's foreign policy, and when many State Department positions under Secretary Rex Tillerson are vacant. Joel Goldstein is an expert on the vice presidency. We spoke by Skype.
And that creates a bit more of a burden, I think, on people like the Secretary of State and the Vice President to be available to do high-level traveling.
Vice presidents since Richard Nixon, who engaged in a heated, impromptu debate with Soviet leader Nikita Khrushchev, have had a hand in diplomacy. It has been accelerated by vice presidents who followed.
I mean, George H.W. Bush, as vice president, made 41 trips, or an average of 5 a year, overseas.
Pence makes 2 stops in Colombia, which is implementing a controversial peace agreement with the rebel group FARC. He will be updated on Colombia's efforts to reduce production of coca for cocaine. In Chile, he will face questions over the sudden U.S. withdrawal from the Trans-Pacific Partnership Trade Pact and plans to pull out of the Paris Climate Agreement, Chile's U.S. ambassador tells the VOA Spanish service. U.S. trading partner Panama, home to the Panama Canal, established diplomatic ties this year with China, and Pence's visit Friday comes against the backdrop of a growing Chinese trade role in the region. Pence has in the past reassured U.S. allies and could do the same in Latin America.
Whereas President Trump made some statements that were mixed about our commitment to NATO, the vice president has been much more conventional in terms of asserting our continuing commitment.
Vice presidents do not determine U.S. policy. Christopher Devine co-wrote a book on vice presidential candidates. He joined us by Skype.
That no vice president, including Mike Pence, is going to be taking ownership of, say, foreign affairs, diplomatic relations. He's contributing to it, at least he should be if he's playing the modern role. And what he's doing is helping the president to carry out his policy.
Vice presidents have been key intermediaries and trusted presidential advisors, and these analysts say that Pence's diplomatic role is conventional so far under a president who has promised to do things differently. Mike O'Sullivan, VOA News, Los Angeles.